All right, good morning. My name is Jamie Denison. I'm a battalion chief with the Arvada Fire Protection District, and my presentation this morning is on our new fall prevention program that we have here in Arvada. And so our objectives for this is to cover our elderly fall calls that we have, the demographics here in Arvada, and the fall prevention program that we're going to be putting out, and the benefits of the program, trying to see if we can get as much buy-in as possible. So according to the CDC, 1 in 4 of all elderly patients or elderly adults will fall in their lifetime. And so in Arvada, the average, or in Colorado actually, the average is 26%, which is just slightly above that. And then our death rates are among some of the highest in the country due to falls. The Arvada Fire Protection District's #1 EMS response is to falls. And that's 15% of all of our call volume for EMS calls. And 58% of our victims from fall calls are transported. And then the national average, you can see up there, is 112. So out of every 100,000 people that fall in Colorado, 112 will end up dying due to complications from those injuries, which puts us 5th in the United States of the most deaths. And so when you look at our demographics, we'll start with our call responses. This is from our information from 2019, and we responded to 15,631 calls. Out of those, 11,520 were EMS calls, and out of those 11,000, 2,880 of them were fall responses. And so, like I said, we transported 1,670 patients due to injuries from those falls. So our population that we're focusing on is actually 60 and above, but the information from the U.S. Census Bureau is broken down in different age groups, and so for us to be able to capture it, we're looking at 55 and above, and so 32% of the population in Arvada is 55 years of age or older. And then this is just a further breakdown of each category that you can see on how it's broken down. You know, we're a largely residential community, and so we do have a large population, especially during the days and evenings, and our elderly population. So what this map here is showing us is it's a heat map, and so every time that there's a call in our district, it's plotted on this map. And so the lightest blue is 0 calls, the darkest blue is our 0 calls, and then all the way up to red is where the most number of calls are populated at. And as you can see, these hot pocket areas are also connected with our assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and those types of places that obviously generate the highest number of our calls. And, you know, connected with that is a lot of falls at those locations also. So the fall prevention program that we're looking at putting together, we obviously can't prevent every fall, but we have an opportunity to prevent, 1,700 calls a year. And nationally, 37% of all falls lead to injury, but as we already talked, that's a higher percentage in Colorado, but we're looking at 666 opportunities annually to prevent an injury. That's why this is important. So we paired up with SCL Health, and we created the Friends Don't Let Friends Fall program. This is just a picture of one of our pilot classes that we did 2 years ago. Unfortunately, with COVID, 2020 was kind of a down year, not being able to meet and do stuff. But this was one of those early classes that we did. And so, like I said, it's a joint program with SCL Health. The program that we put together is modeled after a Dutch fall prevention program. It's proven to be very successful. And the main areas that it focuses on is like exercise or training muscles, which that in itself helps build balance, and then balance exercises, and so those go hand in hand. We also work on obstacle avoidance, or how to appropriately navigate obstacles that you may have to cross or go around. and then responding to falls in a safe manner, which is teaching you ways or things that you can do to help decrease the chance of injury in the event that you do fall. So we've already worked on putting together the program and training the instructors, and we've got them both in our FIR and the SCL Health program. And so initially we looked at putting together 2 classes at each SCL Health and our FIR Protection District out at our training center. And those out of those 2 classes, we reached 162 people. We had great positive feedback on all those classes. And so those are already set and running. Hopefully as the program continues on, they will be able to run quarterly classes at basically both agencies, depending on the level of interest and everything else. But we're geared up to be able to do that. For those that aren't able to attend classes in person, we also have paired up with Nimble Science on a phone app. And this is the insignia that it would look like if you're downloading it onto your phone. It's free. And it's a balanced training program. It's fun and effective, and then it approach to fall prevention. And so it kind of keeps your statistics, and so as your balance and strength improves and you've got better movement and control through these exercises and programs, it shows that you're improving or you're decreasing in areas that you need to improve on to try and help with all of that. And then lastly, we want to take the instructional program that we put together and teach to elderly patients, but we also want to put that program together for all of our nursing homes. So we have, currently 172 elderly living or assisted living facilities in our data, and that number continues to grow every single year. And so what we'd like to do is do a train the trainer program that teaches their staff and their personnel how to run these programs so that they can basically take it over in-house and work on these programs. The benefit and the incentive for them is that there was new legislation passed in the Code of Colorado Regulations in 2018 that requires them to have a program and a bunch of other things for safety around their facilities. But this program would be something that they could incorporate and helps with that program. Obviously then it helps with their clients and everybody that they have so that they're at the facilities or not injured and have to move up to a different facility or whatever. So fall injuries are often the beginning of a terminal decline. Falls account for a significant number of our emergency responses. And the program basically helps everybody. So, I mean, every fall that's prevented is a chance of decreasing an injury. Every less injury is less of a chance that the fire department and the ambulances are going to have to come and transport you. And then all of the auxiliary costs with that. So not only does it help the fire department because we're available for other calls, it also helps with insurance premiums and co-pays and all of those types of things. Keeps people in their home or their places where they're living, and just a better quality of life for everybody. And so here's the references that I had for the information that's up there. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to call or email the department and we can get you more information. And if you'd like to be a contributor into the program, please give us a call and we can get you started on that situation.